Depending on where you grew up, depending on what background and experiences you had as a young man or woman, you view things differently. And so we have to even that playing field. We have to get everybody to understand what right looks like.
You know, where do you draw that line? Where is it that you should intervene and where should you not intervene? What's a dangerous activity and what's not a dangerous activity?
I think it can go back to our honor, courage, and commitment, our core values. If it doesn't fall in line with all three of those, then it's probably not right.
What is the Navy standards? Will the Navy tolerate such actions? And that's the most important in reality, is what the Navy will tolerate.
If it feels wrong, you know it's wrong. If you have that feeling in your stomach that, oh, this is kind of awkward, something's wrong, that is your key.
Once you get that feeling, you know, hey, this doesn't feel right, we gotta go, or, you know, that person shouldn't be doing that, you definitely gotta stick with your gut. And it's always better to be safe than sorry.
I hate that feeling. I hate the feeling of guilt more than I hate the feeling of being awkward and just being the person that may be wrong.
I think that's one of the most common questions that I get asked is, well, what happens if I'm wrong? And really what happens when you're wrong is, well, it's a learning point, but it's also showing that you're a leader. You stepped up and did the right thing to at least do something and say something.
Not all poor decisions end up in sexual assault or suicide or a DUI. Some of them could be as simple as saying something completely inappropriate to someone and making them feel degraded or dehumanized or demeaning someone in some way. So it's important to step in when something really big is happening, and it's important to step in when something really small is happening.
It's important to stop anything at the lowest level for the fact of, if you don't, that person can think that it's okay. They get affirmation that whistling at somebody, a catcall at somebody, making fun of a shipmate, and nobody stops them, they think it's okay. It's permission.
When we don't intervene in a situation like that, it tells the person who's being inappropriate that that's okay, you can get away with that here. And it tells the person who's being harassed that you have to take it because nobody's going to step up for you.
So we start to move down that continuum, and it's very easy once you start letting things go to let that continue. And then before we know it, you've got sailors that aren't intervening when clearly they need to protect their shipmates and to perhaps protect themselves.
I was a wallflower. I didn't shake things up. I didn't want any attention on me whatsoever. And I saw a lot of things that I never said anything about because I was just trying so hard to fit in. I didn't want to be ostracized. And eventually I learned to stand up and say something. And it was okay if somebody was mad at me, and it was okay if they didn't like me. And it was okay if you call me names because I like me better whenever I can stand up and say, no, like, you're the one with the problem, not me. You're the one that said something inappropriate. I'm just calling you out on it.
As long as you can look yourself in the mirror and know that you did the right thing and you're okay with you, that's the most important thing. And there's shipmates out there that will applaud you for stepping in. And the ones that say, you know, she shouldn't have done that, I can't believe you did that, they're not your friends, they're not your shipmates, and you don't even need to be concerned about what they think about you.